me, which translates to forgive me. We always plead to our Maker to forgive us. However, we also need to consider others and also forgive them. Don't intentionally wrong people for the sake of much later asking for forgiveness. No, it doesn't happen. In as much as you're human, always consider the thoughts and also how others feel. Good morning once again. It's a Wednesday, and Wednesday actually is the most confusing day of the week because you don't know whether to celebrate the weekend that's coming or to look some way. Anyways, but it's another day to triumph over the slump of Monday and Tuesday. Today is the 9th of April 2025. You're welcome to the AM Club, coming to you live from our studios here, yes, on the Oleando Street inside East Legon, here in Accra, Ghana. Our mission is very simple this morning, so join us as we together amplify, inform, and inspire you with a great dose of fun, fearless, and fact-driven on-air experiences. We'll be kicking everything off with some more inspiration. That is the hashtag My Daily Dose of Vim, giving you an inspiring way to start your morning and entire day. After that, you know what happens next, right? Yeah, Coffee Daily, where we recap the trending stories of the last 24 hours. Some big bangers happened in the last 24 hours. We'll get into it as well. And for our big conversation, today we'll be discussing mastering the art of crochet design. Yes, on Fashion Wednesday with the lovely Edinam Kumbey. And on the plug, we get to host award-winning contemporary gospel artist Cwesi Oteng. When you hear the name Cwesi Oteng, what comes to mind? We'll get into all that much later. But roll with us and remember that you are also a major part of the show. Join us. Yes, the hashtag is hashtag the AM Club. Hashtag the AM Club. And now all our handles, you want to know it again? Oh, come on. It's at MX24GH, at MX24GH. We currently streaming live on X, so you can hop onto X, search for @MX24GH, and then be part of the stream. Don't forget to also subscribe to our YouTube channel @MX24GH. Yes, on YouTube. Very much. To join the feed and spread the word by sharing the link. Follow MX24 on Ayoba. Join the MX24 channel for more updates. Or you can also send us your messages right on our Ayoba number. That is 059-229-2746. That is 059-229-2746. Visit the MX24 app to catch up on all the fun, the excitement, yes, and everything that happens right here on the AM Club, featuring some engaging conversations that you missed and you want to just recap and catch up on. Join that particular platform. Also, there's some thrilling live conversation and segments go on and you go like, wow, that one really touched me. More exclusive content, properly curated, just the way you like it, so you don't miss anything at all. You can also reach us via our WhatsApp number this morning. That is 055-033-1511, 055-033-1511. Send us your comments, yes, your reaction to everything that goes on right here on the show. Promises to be exciting, and it's now time to get you inspired with some vim through My Daily Dose of Vim. It's now time for my daily dose of Vim, and as always, we are inspired by amazing people whose works, a great contribution, and selfless sacrifices have left a lasting impact on us. Today, we're going to be talking about someone special. So his name is actually, yes, Boderick Stephen Harvey Sr. He was born on the January 17th. Yes, in the year 1957, when Ghana gained independence. He's an American comedian, television host, actor, writer, and a producer. He hosts the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Yes, Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud, Family Feud Africa, and the arbitration-based court comedy where he plays Judge Steve Harvey. And he's also formerly hosted the Miss Universe competition. Yes, his accomplishments include, and they are not limited to, yes, the Daytime Emmy Awards, yes, 2 Macaroni Awards, interesting name for awards, you know, and 14 NAACP Image Awards. Steve Harvey has something special for you. Uncle Steve, you have the floor.
Control of this. This belongs to you. This is yours. You're the captain, you're the master, you're the foreman, you're the general, you're the head. Don't give control of this to nobody, especially the devil. Do not let Satan come in here and function and operate, because he has one mission: to keep you off course, to make you not think it's possible, to make you think that God don't hear you. His job is only to destroy you, to make sure that you don't become what God intended for you to become. That's the mission of the devil. Now, if you don't believe in the devil, this conversation ain't for you. If you don't believe in God, this conversation ain't for you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who are spiritually based. Do you understand? Negativity, let me just give you this and I'm gonna walk away. Negativity, as a positive person. You know, I get tired sometimes. That's different from being negative, because I get mentally drained from my job at times. But to coat your mind from negativity, the way you can put a coating around your mind is with one simple thing: gratitude. Gratitude erases negativity.
Grateful for something. And if you're not even grateful for anything, you can't find anything to be grateful for, just say, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for life. Gratitude helps you to become more humble. Gratitude helps you to stop evil from getting, as Steve said, right in your head. Anyways, that's a wrap. And we'll now take a look at some of the major happenings across the world. Yes, and it's been really, really going off. Let's just zoom in into Coffee Daily. But before that, let's take a spot of music. Yes, and this time it's D Black featuring Kwabena and Joyce Blessing. Amazing Grace. We'll be right back. by saying, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, it reminds me of someone, we'll talk about that much later. Welcome back from that break. This is still the AM Club coming to you live from the studios of MX24 on the Oleander Street here in East Legon, Accra. It's now time for Coffee Daily with a Cowbell Coffee. Now, let's take a look at what's happening, what has been trending, making the news and headlines on X. But before we do that, hold on, guys. Let's talk about something that we all, as a human race, want. Success. Everybody wants it. Everybody dreams of it. We all aspire to succeed and make a mark in life. We push ourselves to the limit to excel, enduring challenges along the way just to be successful. Charlie, when work gets tough, I bet you, it definitely will. You always need that extra boost to keep pushing you forward. And for those days where you just, you need someone to be there for you, count on Cowbell Coffee, oh Lord, to be by your side. Today, you're invited, as always. It's a rich and creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that would kickstart your day. Whether you are working or just creating memories with friends and loved ones, as well as family, Cowbell Coffee will be there with you throughout every moment. So no matter where you are, whatever you're chasing as of now, just keep going for that goal, but keep Cowbell Coffee close to stay by you and keep you motivated as you keep going. Remember, Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment. Now let's check out what's trending on X, and joining me is Augustine Kobe to Saint. Today I just had to keep it simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just had to.
But what did I do again? Augustine, wait. Anytime
anyways, that is, conversation for another day. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Tell me, talk to me. Today, let me be your therapist. How are you doing?
You really don't want to be my therapist. Let's go.
Why?
Yeah, you really don't want to be.
But I hope everything is
Yeah, I'm good.
Or it's because you've not had breakfast. Look, you can join me, Cowbell Coffee.
Oh, no, thank you.
You
I'm
okay?
fine, yes.
I insist.
No, thank you. I also insist. But anyways.
Yeah, let's get into it. Wait, first questions first. First questions first. Why is it that I'm propounding a theory, and I think the ministry...
Don't tell me how it's what you said we'll do this morning. Okay, shoot.
No, but I'm propounding a theory.
Right.
I feel the Ministry of Transport should look into it. When you're coming to work in the morning, the closer you are to a major hub. So let's say the closer you are to Medina, you're coming from Adenta, you're coming from Oyarefa, you're coming from the outskirts of Medina, you're heading towards Medina. You will not get a vehicle. But in the evening, when you are moving from Medina to such places, please sleep, you will get a vehicle. So are you to choose between going to work tired and in a rush, or going back home tired and just everything you have given up? Which one would you choose? Choose your poison.
I'd rather get to work tired and then know that I'm going home to rest.
That is why you live where you live. That is why you live where you live. See, you and I, we can't reveal where we live, but we live on the same, stretch.
Those who know.
They don't know.
But I tend to understand you're getting a vehicle from my end very early in the morning. Yeah. Unless you get to the junction by 4:30 latest. If you get to after 4:30, forget it. You'll get to work like 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's understandable.
But for me,
for you get car earlier than I would. Even if you get there at 6 a.m., you get a vehicle. But for me, don't try it.
But when I'm going,
it's rather difficult.
When we are going,
I get a car and you don't. But
so it's the theory, the second theory of Edinam. I have the first theory already. That one we can't talk about it here. What's trending? What has been trending? So
NHIS is trending. Why? Because last year, in the dying days of the Akufo-Addo-led administration, there was an initiative where it was going to give free dialysis to persons on the NHIS. So it said I was going to give out a list of hospitals that would be doing that. Well, now we've seen it. So these are the health facilities where free dialysis treatment is taking place under the NHIS, and it provides a list of hospitals. We see the regional breakdown. Ashanti region having 3 hospitals under this program. That's the Heart Adventist Hospital, the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital, which we know has been at the forefront of this, the first care hospital as well in the Ashanti region. And then the Bono region having one, the Holy Family Hospital in Brekum, the Central region, the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, the Eastern region, the Eastern Regional Hospital, the Greater Accra region, having the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the 37 Military Hospital, the Accra Newtown Islamic Hospital, the Ghana Police Hospital, the Ghana Trust Hospital, the Ridge Hospital, the International Maritime Hospital. These are the number of hospitals that are taking, or government institutions that are under this program. Then there is the Northern Sector, the Tamale Teaching Hospital, which has one, the Upper East Regional Hospital, then the Ho Teaching Hospital, the Volta Regional Hospital, the Ifian Kwanta Hospital, and then the Takrade hospitals in the Western regions. One hospital I'm shocked I'm not seeing in this list is the Dodowa Regional Hospital. I do not know, because looking at the facility, it looks like it has the capacity to rope in a project like this. However, we still do not know if this is the final list. We know
starting first
December. So like I said, last year that was when it was implemented.
And this then came out yesterday.
Yes, but then it wasn't on all these hospitals.
Okay.
So there was the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, which we knew, the Kofanoche Teaching Hospital. The concerns were of those in, outside the Ashanti region and then the Greater Accra region. What happens to them? Does it mean that they'll be flying into Accra or coming into Accra as and when they have to come for dialysis? I know dialysis, people have dialysis like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Does it mean you're coming from Tamale to Accra or the Ashanti region 3 times a week? Therefore, the need to spread it. There are no comments, so we can't.
Quick question there.
Right.
Is it me or there's the new regions? None of
There's the Bono.
No, but that was separated from.
Right, but it's part of the new regions, right?
Okay. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, like the OT, the.
But
so
for OT,
okay.
I understand not that it's not there, but for OT, the Hokoi Volta Regional Hospital, I think would cater for that because it's literally on the boundary between.
Right.
So from Hokoi, then you enter into the OT region, so they can access it through that part. And that's I'm trying to make same reason for the western side, but Secunde and Takrady, they are on the coast. So I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
Yeah, even with the eastern region, New Drubbing, I'm trying looking at where New Drubbing is. I'm looking
central.
at the eastern region, as in from Kufurudia down to Somanya to like it's quite big for it to have only one, and then majority of it is in the Greater Accra region. That's good news for persons in the Greater Accra region though, but those in the outskirts of the Greater Accra region, what happens to them as well? But then, like I said, we do not know if this is the final list, if more hospitals are going to be roped into the free dialysis treatment program, but hey, I think it's good news.
We also had an issue this week, or late last week, where some health facilities were raising red flags and blue flags and all kinds of flags concerning some form of payment. Have you gotten any
so far
nothing?
Nothing. So far nothing.
But we are adding more. I'm just asking questions. That's all I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
So far, they have not been feedback, but I remember clearly the concerns you are raising of health professionals. So far, no concerns have been addressed. We hope to see what the ministry and the minister, together with the Ghana Health Service and other stakeholders in the health sector, would be doing to address these genuine concerns clearly. Okay, so just people expressing their thoughts. Ghana's digital economy is accelerating. Your business. Is your business keeping up from marketing and payments to customer service and internal operations? The digital shift is reshaping how we work and serve. So this is more or less like a blueprint, how businesses can stay competitive. Should we go through? Or we should go through other trends?
Let's get to the other side.
Oh.
Let's get to the other.
Because I know why you want to go there.
But if you want to keep me on that one, you know what I'll end up saying.
Real Madrid versus Arsenal. And we spoke about it yesterday.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, if you look at the trends, it's all football. 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 I was like, oh, really? Football. I mean, well, a few individuals trending. Aside that, it's still sports. But anyways, let's get into top of the list. Real Madrid versus Arsenal. You want to tell us the showdown that happened yesterday? I was in the office with Isaac at 8 yesterday.
Wow.
And he was screaming. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? And I was like, oh, okay, this is why he was screaming. But you want to tell us what really happened, in your opinion?
My opinion, it was an interesting showing from Arsenal.
Right.
But we wait to see next week what happens. But it was good from them. They won the game by 3-0. No one expected the margin to be this wide. But that was what happened. there were some players who decided they would not show up.
Okay.
I mentioned one's name yesterday. Vinicius.
All right.
Yes, and it was quite messy. And I know the Real Madrid fans are not happy about it because some of them have expressed their views to me that the coach, that's Carlo, we call him Don Carlo Ancelotti. He's the only coach that's called a Don.
Right.
Because he's a Don.
Right.
You understand? But here lies the case where the Madridistas, that's what the fans of Real Madrid are called. They have an issue with the coach because they feel he has not got tactics. But I always defend him because he has got tactics. At least he puts 11 players on the pitch to play something resembling football. So he has the tactics going for him. But yesterday was fantastic. And, Partey is also trending there.
Yeah.
Because he was conducting the midfield. Let's go to the right, and everybody goes to the right. Let's go to the left, everybody goes to the left. Let's go, and everybody goes. So people are asking, why does he do this for Arsenal and he's not able to do this same for Ghana? You see, in football, systems vary.
Not to cut you, but I've always asked myself this question: why do the players tend to excel in international, fields than they do in the local fields?
Okay, so thank you for the question, Your Honor. Listen, the answer is
I just want a straight.
But I'm giving you the answer.
Okay.
So the answer is that different systems bring out different styles from people. The way Otuado sets up his team, you would not get a Partey doing that in the team.
Okay.
Otuado tried that by playing a 4-1-4-1 in the game that we beat, was it Chad at the Accra Sports Stadium. It was a 4-1-4-1 system. It worked. Everybody praised Partey that day. But when you meet tougher teams, you've got to change the system so that you're able to get results. It is results first. Any other thing called tactics will come second. The likes of Antoine Semenyo, in their team, they are told by their coach, especially at Bournemouth, that when you get into the final third, be you. Carry the ball on, beat the man, make something happen. In the Black Stars, maybe it's more conservative. You get the cut back, do something else. So it changes the style of play of the player. So it's basically the managing of the player that turns out such results. So it is not them.
Right. Interesting. Well, let's see what people are saying. XEKI says, Bellingham doing Masai jump during free kick. Hashtag Real Madrid versus Arsenal. And the Masai jump is, how do I say, iconic, interesting, and very, wakanding.
How does it happen?
The distance from under your feet and the floor is high, is big. So if he's doing a Masai jump.
And yet, so the ball went into your pool.
I know, right?
But Declan Rice, wow.
Anyways, Osley says, play this one on repeat. Declan. excellence of players in international fields versus that in the local fields, you know. Just wanted to pick what Ghanaians think, or if Ghanaians are even talking, what they are saying about the whole party, why party is trending. Let's also understand why party is trending. Maybe not what you're saying, but probably could be something else. But technology is not allowing us this morning.
Don't worry. You mentioned digital stuff. So it is digital. Don't worry, it's all part of it. These are some of the exigencies.
It is being completed. Huh? Complete. It is
what did I say?
It is digital. Continue.
No, you see, you want me to go there. I don't want to go there. but I feel it's good for Arsenal as a team.
Right.
But would they win? Should they beat Real Madrid?
What's the odds?
The odds
of them winning
the entire trophy.
Yeah.
The current odds, or when they run.
Wait there. I'm choosing peace today. I don't want peace.
No, I don't want peace because Arsenal would flatter to deceive.
Right.
That is what they have become known for.
Right.
I don't want to talk about their fans or the team that much. I respect them.
Right.
You understand? I respect what they celebrate. But me, the team I support, we don't celebrate those things.
Right.
I know you are going to ask, which team do I support?
I don't need to ask.
West Ham. We have an European trophy.
Yeah, you've mentioned it over and over.
Yes, West Ham. Arsenal does not have an European trophy. We West Ham.
Yeah.
The Hammers.
Yeah.
Give
them the credit. 3-0. Let them enjoy this.
Against a Real Madrid
the victory laugh.
Against a Real Madrid team that you are now going to the Santiago Bernabeu. When they close the roof, it will intimidate you.
We beg, allow them.
No, it is prophecy.
Anyways, okay, so it's back now. Let's see why Partey is trending. Number 6. Okay. I'm hoping it is because of what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Iconic photographs. Should we go through?
Oh, we should. We should.
So Bellingham, Modric, Kamavinga, all outclassed by one Ghanaian, Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey didn't just play, he directed the tempo. Africa, this is your midfield general. Partey is the best defensive midfielder in the world. Hashtag.
Oh, Lord.
Why, oh, Lord? Why you don't tend to agree? Partey is the best defensive.
You see, I always say there are player archetypes.
Okay.
A player can play in the same position with another player, but their profiles and archetypes are different. When you say he's the best defensive midfielder in the world, is he the best when it comes to spreading out the play and dictating play, or he's the best at destroying the opponent's advances?
Right.
Best at destroying the opponent's advances is also a defensive midfielder, but that one, you can't mention Partey for that.
Right.
It varies. It varies.
This is his personal opinion.
My senior boss, but yeah, it's his personal opinion.
Okay. He splashed some iconic photos of him. Oreo Kwampofu says Thomas Partey versus Real Madrid. 90 minutes, 77 touches, 61 over 66 passes completed. 7 passes into the final third.
Good.
6 ball recoveries. 4 out of 7 ground draws won. 2 out of 2 long passes completed. 1 interception. Even Mbappe had to stop and stare in awe.
So let's go back to those stats and let me explain quickly to just support what I was saying.
Right.
So you see touches is there. So he's touching more of the ball. Passes completed. He's completing more passes. So he's dictating play by spreading out the pass.
Okay.
So his archetype is different. When you take a player like Moise Caicedo, you go to ground duels, it will not even be 7 over 7. It will be 8 over 7.
Okay.
Because he is more like a destroyer. And when you look at his passes, you will not get long passes from the likes of Moise Caicedo. So it's just the player archetype. So fantastic display by Thomas Partey. And to his manager, hello, Sammy. Yeah, he was here some time back, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prince Abuajiboedi says, class player. If only he can stay fit. Availability is the best ability.
But he's been fit all season. He's hardly been out this season.
Right.
Yeah, so this season we've got to give it to the handlers of Partey. They've been very fantastic on that.
Partey will win the Ballon d'Or and Arsenal admin won't post photo about him. Is that true?
Hey.
Who is this though?
Declan Rice.
Why is he here?
So he's the one who scored the free kick and made
oh, right.
the Mensah dance. Yeah,
so
there was
one yellow card. Why there was a yellow card?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was actually even a red card for Kamavinga.
Okay. Yeah. So Zamani Barbering Shop says Partey's best games ever. He provides a list: Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool, Anfield, Arsenal versus Madrid, Emirates, Nigeria versus Ghana World Cup qualifiers. Interesting.
Some solid games there, but
solid baller, 100%. He ball. So it's more or less like a celebration about yesterday. Yep.
Wait, so let's check the trends again. So no basketball is trending.
Nope.
Oh, why? Hey, you see all this powerful, no problem. We roll.
Yeah. But then I'm shocked to not see one of the trends though. Ghana Airports Company Limited. Why? Because yesterday they put out a statement. More or less like, you know, when this whole two suspicious flights conversation started, I don't want to call it a controversy.
No, you know why I paused and laughed, not to catch you. You quite remember I had some fixation on checking flight radar some time back. So apparently God was speaking to me, but the call did not go in that direction. You always had an issue with me doing that.
So I think I kind of discouraged you from doing it. But anyways, you could have continued. No, because I just didn't understand why you were watching.
I was monitoring flights, telling you what is landing where.
To some point, no. I was like, what is
this boy doing?
We have serious things to talk about. You're talking about flights, and what has that got to do with me? Something was coming,
God was
about a week after. But I have always been saying that, you know what, we've had a conversation from Intim Fojo's end, the gospel according to him. We've had the gospel according to Felix Kwachiofosu. Now we are hearing the gospel according to the Ghana Airports Company Limited, where he put out a statement. And we're saying that there was no evidence to support, or it has no evidence to support the claims made by Reverend Intim Fojo. More or less like it is dancing to the same tune with Felix Kwachiofosu, stating that, you know what, these planes just landed in Ghana for technical stops. There's nothing to it. There were no illegal substances, cocaine, money, as Intim Fojo and the minority is saying they have intel about, is dispelling and refuting those claims. I think it is long overdue that their response came in. The response should have even come in before the first video explainer Felix Kwachiofosu did. That is PR. I don't want to go into PR.
No, we need to.
That is PR. That is damage control, because you cannot be at an institution where for over 3 days your institution is being at, you know, the center of a national conversation. Yeah. And you know, Kotoka, I'll be saying Kotoka International Airport is one of Ghana's biggest airports.
It is the biggest. One of West Africa's best airports.
Well, now there's the one in Kumasi and Tamale. So let's also give them credit. So it's one of the best airports in Ghana.
One of the best in West Africa.
Okay. So if your institution is at the center of that conversation, the best you can do is to do damage control. That is PR. But you wait, and over 2 weeks, I believe, this conversation has been rolling in the news, and then you now come out to put out a statement. That is more or less like much ado about nothing. It doesn't tickle anybody. But anyways, just as standard protocol, they have, you know, put out the statement refuting or dispelling the claims made by Reverend Intim Fojo and the minority, the NPP. But aside that, yesterday the Czech president of, I was corrected, it's not Czech, it's Czech. The Czech president visited Ghana for a 3-day visit. So today marks day 2. He's going to be addressing a forum between Ghanaian partners, business partners, and then the Czech business partners, how the two countries come together to, you know, push an agenda in terms of support for both countries. And one of the
about the Kobe tax.
I was just about to say, one of the conversations was, why do you call it the Kobe tax? Because I've addressed it as.
No, see, when my brother in the States wants to eat Kobe and Abom.
So I was doing the math. You saw me working on a project yesterday where in the project I gave a hypothetical example. So if you used to pay $10, or if you used to buy a Kobe for $10, the possibility of buying it for $15 or $13 is high, given the fact that, so more or less, hypothetically speaking, you'll be buying Kobe for about $15. If this, in fact, it's not if it's anything to go by, it is going to go by, and then so what is going to happen is that you in America, you are either going to look for a cheaper alternative, or you're going to buy like that but at an expensive cost. And the president of Chess was like, you know what, we should have a dialogue, we should have a conversation with Trump, not only Ghana but all countries that have been hit, not only African countries. We know China has been hit, and China's own keeps going up almost every single day. Right now it's at like a 67%. That is going to be very expensive, but he says that we should sit and have a conversation. If the conversation is not conclusive enough, then we can see the imposition of the new tax tariffs. But let's see what happens.
But there's another way around this quickly. You see, the people in the States can say that the exporters should pay for it so that they maintain the prices up there. Now it affects the exporters down here. Then it changes.
Then there's going to be a new route for exporters. Meaning there's not going to go to US, and then it's going to benefit you, the consumer in the US. It might not affect me, the exporter, because I might choose to export to a different country. You understand? So there are different dynamics with it. In as much as the exporters may bear the cost, you would also be at a disadvantage because you will not be getting King's Buy chocolates anymore. You will not be getting your Momoni Kobe you know, well. But that is it for what is in the news.
What's in the news?
So let's get into our stories for this morning. I'm trying to be and start off with the Ghana Airports Company Limited, where it has refuted allegations that 2 aircraft which landed at the Kotoka International Airport in March were involved in drug trafficking. Now, in a press statement issued on Monday, April 8, 2025, the Ghana Airports Company Limited clarified that there was no evidence of any illegal substances on board both aircraft following comprehensive security checks conducted by Aviation Security and National Security. Now, the statement also comes in response to claims made by Reverend John Ntim-Fojo, Member of Parliament for the Ascent South constituency and the ranking member on Parliament's Defence and Interior Committee, suggesting that the aircraft, that is Air Med Flight NH23AM and Kavok Air Antonovo AN-12B cargo plane, were used to transport cocaine and cash to Gran Canaria, Spain, as it was alleged by Reverend Ntim-Fojo. Now, the Ghana Airports Company Limited also emphasized that the landing permits for all aircraft entering Ghana are not issued by the Airports Company, but by the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority in collaboration with the National Security. Now, the ground hailing services said that they provided that SWIFT port, but the company has also denied any links between its managing director, Yvonne Nana Efriye Opare, and Reverend Ntim-Fojo, stating that she does not know or has not met or spoken to the Member of Parliament. Now, earlier you saw pictures of the 2 planes that landed. Well, as you can see, the tires got ruptured in this particular footage, and then they were that is why they needed technical support. Some needed refueling. This is the Air Med flight. But now let's take you to the statement released by the Ghana Airports Company Limited, where it says the attention of the management of the Ghana Airports Company Limited has been drawn to media publications making false allegations concerning the involvement of Ghana Airports Company Limited in passing false information to one Reverend Ntim-Fojo, who has made allegations of drug trafficking regarding 2 aircraft landing at Kotoka International Airport some weeks ago. It is important to state that landing permits of all aircraft entering Ghana are issued by the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority in conjunction with the National Security and not the Ghana Airports Company Limited. All security checks were conducted by the Aviation Security and the National Security, while ground handling services were conducted by Swiss Port Company for the aircraft that arrived. There was no evidence of any illegal substances on board both aircraft. The managing director, Mrs. Yvonne Nana Efriye Opare, does not know or has never met or spoken to Reverend Intim Kojo, the onus is on the group or individuals making false allegations to provide evidence of same. The Ghana Airports Company Limited hereby serves notice that the company will not hesitate to seek legal redress against any media house, individual, or any other entity for any international or intentional or mischievous publications on Reverend Intim Kojo's false allegations and related matters that seek to bring the image of the company, its managing director, or the government into disrepute regarding the two aircraft. Discerning Ghanaians are entreated to disregard these fictitious and malicious allegations and publications and treat them with the contempt they deserved, and was signed by the management yesterday, April 8th, 2025. Interesting statement put out by the Ghana Airports Company Limited, but it is urging the public to disregard reports about illegal substances found on board those two aircrafts. You know, it's quite interesting given the fact that we've had two accounts and now this is telling us to disregard it. Now, what happens if the provisions or the intel as said by Reverend Intim Kojo are true? What then becomes of the story? Well, we'll keep our eyes keenly on it and bring you updates. But now let's turn our focus and bring an update with regards to the health of the Vice President, where the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Cwesi Oteng, has confirmed that the Vice President, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, is in good health and currently on a short medical rest in the United Kingdom. Now, he spoke on Channel 1 TV yesterday, April 8, where he assured the public of the Vice President's well-being, adding that she is expected to resume her official duties soon. The Minister of State in charge of Government Communications made this, and he assured the Ghanaian people that the Vice President will be returning shortly. Now, his comments echo earlier assurances from Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, who had also dismissed rumors about the Vice President's health, confirming she was well and under medical advice to rest. Now, like I always say, we'll keep you updated with regards to the health of the Vice President. We at MX24 are wishing her a speedy recovery and can't wait to have her join us in the country. Away from the health, let's do some legal matters. As the Swami District Court has remanded into military custody 7 military officers, Lieutenant Salem Nikoi Nikwe, Lieutenant Emmanuel Abrokwa, and Lieutenant Daniel Osai, as well as junior rank Staff Private Ampa Felix and Private Jeche Best, Lance Corporal Amayao Desmond, and Sergeant Kumi Edmond. Thomas Ej Mensah, a civilian employee who is a driver at the 4 BNI barracks, was also remanded. Now, the suspects are expected to reappear on April 22nd, 2025 for further processings. Now, on Friday, March 28, police officers from the Swami District Police Headquarters were informed about 2 unconscious men found in a bush at a suburb of Kumasi. The victims were rushed to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital but were pronounced dead on arrival. Now, their bodies were deposited at the mortuary pending investigation and identification, as well as autopsy reports. The court heard that a missing persons report filed by one Michael Osei, a brother of one of the deceased, Kwame Edu, triggered police investigations. Now, Osei reported receiving a distress call from his brother on the night of the arrest, claiming he and his friend had been detained by military officers on allegations of stealing an iPhone. Another relative, Idrisu Mohammed, also reported that his grandson, Kwabena Safo, was among those arrested by the soldiers in military uniforms. Now, both families later identified the bodies of their deceased relatives at the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital morgue. Now, during investigations, a surviving victim, Christian Obri-Yabwa, also known as Kofi Yesu, told police that he and his deceased friends were arrested by the military officers, stated, taken to the 4BN barracks and severely beaten before being dumped into the Danyame bush where they were found. Now, while the suspects admit to detaining and later releasing the victims, they are denying assaulting the victims, as stated. Now, police say investigations are still ongoing with cooperation from the military command. Now, this is interesting. If you're wondering why, well, I just went through. Some persons were picked up by 7 military men in Kumasi with regards to stealing an iPhone. They were taken to the 4BN barracks where they were held. Allegedly, one of the victims who survived said that they were beaten before being released and dumped at one of the bushes in Kumasi, where some persons allegedly, has been confirmed dead. One person is receiving treatment. One of the victims who survived the incident is receiving treatment, while the 7 military officers or military persons have been remanded into military custody and are set to reappear before the Swami District Court on the 22nd of April 2025. As always, we'll keep you updated with regards to what happens in this regard. Now, let's move our attention to the clampdown on illegal mining. As in a bit to clamp down on illegal mining, commonly known as galamsey, and fraudulent activities in the country, the Interior Minister, Mensah, has tasked the Ghana Immigration Service to be proactive in discharging their duties. Now, according to him, Ghana is not interested in prosecuting foreigners caught in these acts. Rather, these persons will be deported to their countries. Now, let's take a listen to the Interior Minister.
If you are in a forest doing either galamsey or cutting our trees, or you are using what people popularly call sakawa or defrauding, for these two, we are not interested in prosecuting you. Our first option is to return you back into your country and put you on the stop list. And you are going to be playing a very, very vital role. I know the police are first to do the arrest, or the military or the national security, and the instruction is that when they do, they should hand them over to you. But because of this, your swiftness in intelligence, we want you to also be proactive. So when they do the arrest, also be proactive to go and demand them, so that it will be faster. Instead of you waiting for them to come and hand them over to you before you forward them to Accra. But what we are doing, we are not footing the bill of repatriating them in our country. I've told all the embassies, you do it yourself. So once we get them, I mean, there was one, even Ugandan. We told the Ugandan embassy that, no, you have to buy the ticket. And they bought the ticket and will return their citizens.
Now, that was the Minister for Interior, Mensah, where he says that Ghana is not interested in, prosecuting foreigners caught at the helm of illegal mining, commonly known as galamsey here in Ghana, and fraudulent activities. What it's going to do is that it's going to deport you or take you back to your country where you serve as a deterrent to others. We hope to see the conversation that followed. But he's charged the Ghana Immigration Service to be proactive in the clampdown against illegal mining, which for over a year and more has plagued our water bodies and is destroying our land and our forest reserves. We hope to hear some answers from the Ghana Immigration Service as well. But now let's bring you updates with regards to the visit by the Czech Republican president to Ghana. And first of all, start off with the remarks made by President John Dramani Mahama, as he has called for stronger collaborations between the private sectors of Ghana and the Czech Republic, urging them to explore new opportunities for cooperation in various sectors of the economy. Now, speaking at the Jubilee House during the meeting of the Czech Republic president,
foster mutual understanding. In our bilateral discussions this afternoon, we acknowledge the cordial and long-standing relations that have existed between Ghana and the Czech Republic, which date back to 1961, when we opened diplomatic missions in our respective countries. We also signed a memorandum of understanding on political consultation, a bilateral agreement, also known as Air Transport Agreement between Ghana and the Czech Republic. It is our hope that these MOUs will reinvigorate and spearhead cooperation in various sectors between our two countries. In addition, we discussed the need to expand the frontiers of our relations and cooperation with the Czech Republic, both at the bilateral and multilateral levels. At the bilateral level, note was taken of potential for trade and economic cooperation. I'll therefore urge the private sectors of the two countries to come together to explore possible avenues for cooperation in various sectors of the Ghanaian economy. On trade, we noted that through trade and investment, this can serve as a bedrock of our economic relations, and more could be done to increase the low levels of trade between our two countries. In that regard, I noted that the African market has a population of over 1.3 billion people, and I extended an invitation to the business community in the Czech Republic to partner with their Ghanaian counterparts to take advantage of the opportunities provided by the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Following our meeting this afternoon, I am hopeful that the outcomes of our fruitful discussions and the business forum tomorrow will contribute to deepening the relations that exist between Ghana and the Czech Republic in all areas of endeavor for the mutual benefit of our two peoples. I wish Your Excellency Petro Pavel and your delegation a very fruitful stay in Accra.
That was President John Dramani Mahama speaking at the meeting, or briefing the media after the meeting with the Czech Republican President Peter Pavel. But now, the President of Czech, Peter Pavel, has also criticized the U.S. tariffs on Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the world. Now, according to him, these are unfair and lacking consultation. Now, he made these remarks on his visit to Ghana, where he had bilateral talks with President John Dramani Mahama. Take a listen.
With the general statement, I think imposing tariffs in such a brutal way really doesn't help either side. It will not help the situation in Africa, but it will not help situation in Europe, Asia, and even the United States. Tariff wars are damaging everyone. So in my view, it is really unfortunate to impose such a broad wave of tariffs without negotiating. Countries, especially countries that are allies, should first negotiate, and only when they are not able to come to an agreement, they can exert some pressure. But we haven't explored the opportunities of negotiating. With regard to a number of African and Asian countries, especially those that belong amongst the poorest globally, like Lesotho or Cambodia and Laos, they are charged by the biggest tariffs in history. It could be easily destroying their economies. So I really think that we have to collectively address the United States to rethink this approach and to negotiate, because I believe only by negotiating we can achieve a result that will be both beneficial for the United States, balancing more their trade with the world, but also not destroying countries, because by damaging their economies so much, it would create a number of problems that will have to be dealt with later on, that may prove much more costly than reducing the pressure on tariffs.
Okay, so that was of the Czech Republic. Peter Pavel speaking about the tariffs imposed by President Trump. But let's return to Ghana, where the Supreme Court will today, Wednesday, April 9, 2020, a case challenging the procedure being used to potentially remove the Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu from office. Now, the suit filed by Otafo Member of Parliament Vincent Eko Asafwa contests the constitutional process being followed by President John Dramani Mahama after receiving 3 petitions calling for the Chief Justice's removal. Now, the MP is seeking a declaration that the Chief Justice must be given a chance to respond to the allegations before the President can initiate consultations with the Council of State under Article 146, Clause 6 of the 1992 Constitution, which we saw over the weekend. The Chief Justice submitted her response to the President. Now, the Supreme Court is expected to consider whether the President's actions conform to the constitutional provisions governing the removal of a sitting Chief Justice. Now, we would keep you updated, but you remember last week we brought you a breakdown of how a Chief Justice, or the procedures as stipulated in the Constitution, Article 146, Clause 6 of the Constitution, stipulates or demands for the removal of a sitting Chief Justice. It says that a Chief Justice can only be removed from office if he or she is incapable of continuing to serve in the capacity of Chief Justice, or if he or she is not of stable mind, he or she can be removed from office. However, if petitions are submitted, Ghanaians can submit petitions for the removal of the Chief Justice. We saw that in the Nana Akufo-Addo-led administration somewhere last 2 years, where he dismissed those petitions as an alleged is still alleged that those petitions dismissed by President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo are those same petitions that have been re-entered, and now these petitions have been referred to the Council of State for consideration. We saw the President give the Chief Justice some 10-day ultimatum. Well, it elapsed on Monday, where she gave her response to the President's petition as demanded by law. Now, her submission has been given to the Council of State for consideration, where the Council of State will consider her response together with the petition, then make recommendations to the President. Now, the President, acting on Article 146, will now set up a committee to address these concerns. Now, we will keep our eyes keenly on what happens and bring you updates. You want to stay glued to MX24GH and MX24 News. Now, the government of Ghana is introducing new stricter regulations for the operations of commercial motorcycles and tricycles, popularly known as Okada and Pragya, to improve safety and accountability in the sector. Now, yesterday, it put out a tall list of requirements Okada riders and tricycle owners, commonly known as Pragya, should have. If we could have that displayed on the screens quickly. Well, it's just top of my head, what I can remember is that for an individual to have access to, riding or owning a motorcycle and using it for commercial duties, you must first of all be 25 years and above. You must have a driver's license. You must have, I think now they are giving them a commercial plate, which is yellow in color. You must pass some DVLA test assessments. First of all, it has to be a theory test, a written exam, as well as an oral exam, and then an eye test as well. And then you must have a national ID, which we know has become the Ghana card. You must have that as well. Yes, so you must also obey traffic regulations and then provide helmets for yourself, which must be certified and verified as good to be given to yourself and for your riders as well. So we know that President John Dramani Mahama in campaign season said he was going to legalize and commercialize the operations of Okada riders and what we call Pragya riders, the tricycle owners as well. Well, it's seen the light of day with the 8 or 9 list of requirements these persons are supposed to have. We hope to see the conversation that will generate from it. But guys, that's how we wrap up the morning news on the AM Club. My name is Augustine Edinam Kumbey. For more news and updates, remember, join us on mx24online.com.
Thank you, Augustine. Wait, but is it pylon? You see, formerly they call them pylon riders when you join someone on a bike. Now they are seeing passengers. I like how the terminology is changing very quickly. Anyways, thank you very much. We'll talk on the other side.
Right.
Please make breakfast ready. Up next is sports. Let's get into it.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Welcome back, and it's time for sports. Let's get right into it. And sports on the AM Club is brought to you by Betway. It's now time to, get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. Place bets, share your betting codes with your friends and fans and followers alike on social media. And if they use your betting code to also stake their own bet, you earn 4% of whatever they wager. It doesn't matter if the bet wins or loses. If they bet with your code, you earn some more cash. And the more people who bet with your code, the more cash you earn. Start betting, sharing, and winning with a Bet Influencer exclusive to betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions uniquely apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. With Betway, you guarantee to always get way more. And also, do bet the responsible way. Now, let's get into the stories and start off from the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, where Honorable Kofi Adams has inaugurated a 7-member committee of inquiry to investigate the tragic death of Nigerian boxer Gabriel, which happened late last month, somewhere in March 29th, 2025. He was later pronounced dead at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital after collapsing in the ring during a bout. The 7-member committee include Ambassador Major Retired, yes, Amatefio, Peter Zuenes, who is a lawyer, Eko Asma, Sami Battles, who is also now a lawyer, Eddie Papu, and Juliana Ado Yobo, who is also a lawyer, not forgetting Martin Engman. Now, during his address while unveiling and putting things in place for the committee to work, this is what the minister had to say.
The view of the ministry and by extension government in Ghana that let's take a cue from what happened and see how we can work together to improve our sport. And so looking for persons who can do so, we needed to speak to a lot of you who have interest in sports. And the names, as Chief Director said, repeatedly showed up. And by whatever design, when we approach them, none, I must say none, showed any indication of resistance, or we needed to struggle to convince any one of them to undertake this assignment. This is because they have been ready, as they have always done, to serve this country and to help improve our sport and especially boxing, and to assure everybody, Ghanaians, Nigerians, and any other person interested in the boxing sport, that we understand our responsibilities. We know what it is that we must do, and we assure all that the incident of 29th March, we pray does not happen. But they say God helps those who help themselves.
So that's the Minister of Sports and Recreation for Ghana, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, inaugurating a 7-member committee to just inquire into exactly what led to the death of a Nigerian boxer late March. That's about a month ago or so. We'll see what happens from this particular inquiry. Now, let's move away from that and get into some issues with the Black Queens of Ghana as they lost their preparatory game, the last one in Senegal, against the Teranga Lionesses. Yes, in the earlier friendly which happened on Friday, the Black Queens, actually beat the Senegalese counterparts by a long goal, but this time looks like the Senegalese counterparts also returned the favor, winning by the same margin. So it means they won one and lost one. However, after the game, the tactical brain behind the team now, that is Coach Lars Kim, had this to say to the media.
Half of the team between those two games, and of course there were many players that haven't played together before, so of course when you put almost a new group together or a new starting 11, that can be a little bit difficult because football is so much about natural relations. If you start to think, then the situation is over, so sometimes you just need to let the feet play the game, and I felt we didn't. So we came into the Senegal way to play, and in the end, I think it was a close game. Not so many chances for any of the teams. Normally a 0-0 game, but they scored, and there's nothing I can do about it now. So it's just congratulations to Senegal. I think we can play a better football. So that's the part I'm gonna take with me. But we're also in a process that we have start with the defense since I came in, and now we're start to build a little bit low, how we can use the central midfielder. The final part is to connect with the attacking player, and in these two games we couldn't do that. I think that will be my job in the next camp, to connect all the pieces, and if we do that, we're going to be a much better team. But I still think that the performances could be better, even if we won the first one.
So Coach Lars Kim there talking about the Black Queens and how he intends to engineer them to perform better in the upcoming WAFCON, which will be happening much later in Morocco this year. Now let's turn our attention and get into Europe, where Declan Rice, he stunned Real Madrid with 2 brilliant free kicks as Arsenal took a commanding 3-0 first leg victory over Real Madrid at the Emirates. It took until the 20th minute for Real Madrid to have the first real chance of the game when Vinicius Jr. curled an effort wide, but Rice then took control of the tie for Arsenal in the second half. In the NBA, as in the Eastern Conference, or I should say, the Cavs have literally just sealed it now. They are going to be top seed in the playoffs for the East. Better luck to all the teams that are struggling at the bottom pile of the NBA. Anyways, that's that as far as that is concerned with regards to sports on the club. Remember that you can get more sports and updates on X. Follow the sports handle at mx24sports_. Yes, but remember, we are held down by Betway, and yeah, it's now time to get rewarded big time as the next sports betting influencer with Betway. Place bet and share your betting codes with your friends, fans, and followers alike on social media. The more they use your code to place their bets, you earn 4% of whatever they stake their bet with, or their wager in technical terms. It doesn't matter if eventually the bet wins or loses. All you need to do is pray and hope they stake with your code and you earn cash. So the more people who stake with your betting code, the more cash you earn. Start betting sharing and winning with Bet Influencer today. Exclusive to the platform www.betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions uniquely apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Always bet the responsible way. With Betway, you're guaranteed to get way more. Now, catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports, and business insight on mx24online.com. Now, let's take a deep dive into the world of entertainment and showbiz right after this break with Daphne.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Everybody, you're welcome to Too Many Segments right here on the AM Club Coffee Daily. My name is Daphne Flashley. As usual, I bring you everything in entertainment in Ghana, GH, and beyond. Good morning, Edinam.
Nice one. Good morning, Daphne.
How are you doing?
Yesterday, you kept mentioning my full name.
Edinam Edmund.
Come on.
Shall I mention the last one?
No, thank you. But that's the last one. Edinam Edmund.
No, the other one. The other one.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Night?
I had a good night.
Had a good night.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all
struggling to wake up this morning, but we're here.
Struggling to wake up this morning.
Exactly. We're here. We're here.
What's up?
Okay.
Is someone being described as dead again?
No. No careers are being described as dead, but a career was once signed under Shatawale's record label, and that happens to be Kim Paluta. Now, Andy Dusty said this in an interview yesterday that there was a time where Shatawale was thinking of signing Kim Paluta, but it didn't really come on. I think it would have been an amazing, interesting one if, you know. But wait, Kim Paluta under SM.
No, but actually, I think Kim Paluta has been on one of Shatawale's songs before.
Yeah, that's actually how. So if I get into the story, I'm going to know how they actually met. So it was Andy Dusty who introduced Shatawale.
Because I want to get into that part of Kim Paluta.
Right?
And then we'll bring it into the now Paluta. Please, what's
Okay, so let's quickly get into it. Veteran broadcaster Andy Dusty has revealed that Shatawale was interested in signing Paluta to his label before the rapper gained widespread recognition. According to Andy Dusty, Shatawale's interest in Kim Paluta began after they collaborated on the 2020 hit single Kojo Las Vegas. Dusty, who had frequent conversations with Shatawale about developing Kim Paluta's brand, claimed that they discussed strategies for marketing the Kumasi-based rapper and the level of investment required. Despite their strained relationship, Dusty also facilitated the collaboration between Kim Paluta and Shatawale on the song Adie Penna. Yeah. So, yes, please. You were saying something.
Listen to Kojo Las Vegas.
Okay. Which I've not heard, but after that I'm going to listen to that.
Kojo Las Vegas.
Okay.
On free. Don't let me get into that part where I start rapping me free Kumasi Mississippi. It's too early to go and be rapping those lines. But Kim Paluta rapping there. And Kim Paluta.
Wait, Kim Paluta is a rapper?
Kim Paluta to me is a rapper.
He's not. He's an Afrobeat singer. Okay. Well,
was he in the rapper of the year?
No, he wasn't.
Good, because Kim Paluta to me, the Kim Paluta I know, unless now he tells me he's a musician, then we'll take it that way. But if you want to go into it, he's a rapper.
Okay.
Oh, Angel Las Vegas, his verse, I can't forget it too.
Well, I'll go and listen
Because
to
his verse was like, I was like, dude, what's up?
Was it good?
It was okay.
It was okay. It was alright. Okay. Now you've whet my appetite, so I'll definitely go and then listen to it.
Then Mississippi.
Yeah, so that's the information I just had. Yeah. Imagine if Pimpalita was part of that. You know when Shatta Wale had the SM militants on board, the captain and yeah. What verse would you think Pimpalita would do if he was part of the song there?
No. This I think happened after that one.
Okay, after.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So maybe it would not have been Banku Daddy. It would have been Gigi Daddy.
Hey. Okay, we're moving on to the next story. We're taking a look at Burna Boy right here. So multiple award-winning singer Burna Boy has advised fellow artists not to be swayed by Nigerian social media fans, stating they wouldn't fit a stadium for them. They wouldn't fill a stadium for them. Burna Boy stated this on his Instagram story, highlighting the disparity in streaming revenue between Nigerian and international fans. He stressed the importance of looking beyond social media popularity and focusing on global recognition. He encourages artists to aim higher to explore other business ventures. Dear artists, don't let Twitter polls and Niger social media fans deceive you. They won't fill up any stadium for you in any part of the world. So that is what Burna Boy actually said yesterday, which I agree, and I'm excited because sometimes these artists need to wake up from the delulu, yeah.
But they have the numbers, and if he's saying they won't fill the stadium, then are we then right comparing the kind of things we do here and trying to use them as standard to sometimes compare ourselves that even the Nigerians are doing this, but now a Nigerian is saying, Charlie, in the words of Wendy Shea, wake up! They ain't filling no stadium for you. So you see where I'm coming to again. We should not compare ourselves. Just be in your lane. Oh, people. But me, the one that excites me is the amount of money.
Amount of money.
Yeah, they make from streams and things. Producer, me, I want that one. I want that one. Listen, to whom it may concern, please. So the artist, when you get this amount of money from this plenty streams, how far? So do we still go back to the era of selling CDs and cassettes?
I think we've had this discussion before. It was with me and JKD, and we spoke about the fact that everything that has its positive has its negative. So sometimes, and there's this man who till now is very much aware of streaming platforms, but he still, you go to the mall and he's handing over his CDs. Personally, I know him, Wano, and he's still doing amazingly well because at the end of the day, he knows that there's a streaming platform and handing over your CD. So the handing over the CDs, you'll be like, okay, this CD has been there for a very long time. Let me take and then listen. And it's also quite easier. I think adapting both ways works.
Because, you see, the platform is put together by someone with the sole intention of also making money. Do you understand? Your popularity will drive the numbers there, but we would give you our rates. Because as usual, you have made us the standard. He put out some interesting figures when you get 1 million views from million streams from Nigeria, how much you get paid. You see, it comes back to the conversation we were having yesterday. The brand and the individual, they need to also understand it and separate themselves. So when they separate themselves, they'll be able to engage in other forms of business. Do you understand? Sarkodie is a rapper. Michael is a businessman, but they are the same people. Because the streams, you can have all the numbers. We'll talk about it, Charlie. 1 million streams, yeah. But if you tell me 1 million, you give me 1 million streams on YouTube and give me 1 million streams on streaming platforms for audio, I'm definitely going for YouTube.
Definitely.
It's paying more.
Definitely. Let me because YouTube, even if you get 1,000 views, you're making money from 1,000 views. So, I mean, when it comes to that, I'll say that musicians or artists should incorporate both. They shouldn't throw away their, I don't know.
Their CDs.
Yeah, they should throw away that
Charlie,
one.
go download my song.
So that's why I'm happy that the young man at the mall, he's still doing it, because he's still doing it, and he knows that since he's not out there and then he wants his music to get out there, until he sees the success, he is not stopping for anything. And so I like that about him. I like the drive about that. Yeah.
Now would you do the same?
Would I do that? Would I do what?
Hand out CDs. Why do you want me to go into the question? Would you do when are you dropping your EP, by the way?
I don't have an EP. I'm not dropping.
The question is, when are you dropping?
I'm not dropping any EP. Why?
When are you dropping an EP?
I'm not dropping any EP.
Have you retired from singing? So, ladies and gentlemen, she's actually a very, very good singer.
Hey, God.
Yeah. What is G flat?
All right, moving on to our next story. We're still in music, but my lady, because you know I love me some Nicki Minaj. So look at her. God, she's so pretty. Look at how beautiful she is. Now, Nicki Minaj has been named the greatest female rapper of all time by Billboard. Don't shake your head. Listen. Everyone has an era. There was the Lauryn Hill era. There was the Kim. There was the Lauryn Hill era. There was the Kim era, and now this is Nicki Minaj era. So let's. No, why are you shaking your head? No, name a rapper. Name a female rapper that you think deserves it. Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah.
Listen. Who? You want us to go there?
Let's go there. Let's go into hip hop.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nicki Minaj does not come close to Missy Elliott. Let's forget this conversation. Missy Elliott. What are you telling me?
That's what I'm saying, that there was an era.
They should give us the era. They should not say greatest of all time.
But that's what Billboard is saying.
No, I don't agree.
I agree.
I don't agree.
I agree.
Missy Elliott is a much better artist. Charlie. Missy.
I say Missy.
Missy. Hey.
Missy Elliott.
Charlie.
Well, let's quickly get into it. Nicki Minaj has been crowned the greatest female rapper of all time by Billboard, surpassing legendary rappers like Missy Elliott, Lauryn Hill, and Queen Latifah. These are names that I actually mentioned first. The Trinidad and Tobago-born rappers' impact on the music industry and record-breaking streams and chart dominance have solidified her position as a hip-hop icon. Despite never winning a Grammy Award from 12 nominations, Nicki Minaj's legacy and influence on the rap game are undeniable, with achievements including the highest grossing tour for a female rapper with her Pink Friday 2 World Tour, and being the first female rapper to surpass 100 entries on the Billboard Hot 100. So these are backed with proof and all of that.
They are proof. You heard what you said, right?
But according to Billboard.
Yeah, and at the latter stages, she has had more entries than any female rapper. If they should also trace their way back, and let us start it. You see, the eras, like you said, are different. So let us not use now to judge everyone from the past. It doesn't work for me.
But if they're backing up with, because time and time again,
when did they start? When did they start gathering their data?
Were you there?
Were they also there when Miss Elliott was rapping on a string? What are you telling me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Do you agree with me? You can send in your comments on our social media pages on MX24GH. So do you agree or you don't? You don't agree?
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No.
Well, that's your opinion. Oh my God.
But listen. Did you hear Eve rap?
No.
Like Evie, like you, man. Look, they are pace setters, yeah? We'll be talking to another pace setter much later in the show. They are pace setters and then they are trend followers. Do you understand? There are levels to the game. When Missy Elliott was Missy Elliott, let's bring back the heydays of Missy Elliott into this digital era, and then we can have this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
One wato.
Boko.
All right. right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for you today on the Entertainment News segments. My name is Daphne Flashy. This morning, I'm styled beautifully by Big Girls. Thank you so much, Big Girls, for always making me look pretty. You can contact them and also go on their social media pages at Big Girls Online _elite. And then also, you can get on their, you can actually search for them here in East Legon at Jingano. And yeah. Anyway, my name is Daphne Flashley, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Anyways, thank you, Daphne. But it's always Missy Elliott for me. Can be Nicki Minaj for you. Can be making Minaj. It can be Nicki for the guys in the back. And for me, it's Missy. Yeah, Nicki, Missy. Rhymes. Anyways, up next, stick and stay. We've got Fashion Wednesday coming through with Diana. We'll be right back. Yeah,
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
I'm Edna, and I'm 24 years of age, living with cerebral palsy for the past 24 years. And it's always been up and down. At times I give up, thinking that I'll end my life. It got to a point I went for job hunting behind my mom's back. I felt like, am I going to be a burden upon my family? Growing up, I wanted to become a radio presenter to solve problems and then to help others who have the same disability like me.
She came to me one time and she was like, she wants to apply for a job. I'm like, is she sure she wants to do it?
Writing an application anywhere I see workers needed.
I picked her book and I realized that there was some this information about going to look for a job application. I said, I became very free. I said, why?
But I'm not the one who submitted the application. It's my younger brother who was submitting because he had faith in me.
When I was asking her, she started crying. Mommy, you told me I didn't listen because whenever I go, they say I'm disabled, so they will not give me a job. I said, I told you.
Then she brought up the plan of soap business. And we started, but we were using red oil. And the red oil, we nearly burned the house.
She was saying that she doesn't want to give up. He said, Mommy, it's animal fat. Why don't we try that one?
Before that, I've tried a lot of oil in the room. All of them, they didn't work. They were not as hard as I want. So then I tried a cow and it worked. And they even suggested to me that a goat fat would do the work even perfect.
The soap na buy am the brave waha. Especially actually boche ya ye ni mono. Soap ni edi siniama. Na ne price ni affordable.
Samina no di twitwi ne mama ma silver ho fine. And any product now the yenso no is exceptional.
For the past 1 year I've been doing this soap business. My biggest challenge was the fact that there was shortage of fat in the butcher house.
And the onya product no all the year I to be no na ha adwin. Emma niamatono relationship now in terms so auntie disamina no so onya product na ha adwin.
When she does the soap and she goes out of it, people cheat her. She'll go and sell and then they'll buy it on credit. They pay her. And they have to go around to take the money for her.
How I got to know about Ghana Grows was a big surprise to me. One of our teachers called me that I'm needed at Koforidua. And I told him that how?
They have to encourage her so that we can go to the place to see things for myself. In fact, I don't know what to say. How to well.
I got to Koforidua and I called my teacher and I was like, "Sir, please." She was like, "The people received you." I was like, "Yes, but what are we doing here?" He said, "Nothing. Just follow instructions." Until we went into the crowd and I saw that I was Ghana Growth program.
Sometimes you won't say, "You first say be papa be and few but Edna et me I be say and I say one so what is Edna no bet me more than what Edna too is doing."
Yeah, who say our talents be brave. And they are all starting on keep it up. My name na Bemumbu.
I am very proud that after all these years, she's trying her best and she's been selected.
Mommy always tell me this, that 1,000 journey begins with a step. And I know that one day I'll be there. So in few years to come, employing people with disability is number one.
I'm grateful to Ghana Growth. And all these years I've sacrificed for her has not gone in vain.
The advice I'll give to someone who is trying to start a business or who is like me and dreaming big, hey, Dubai wasn't built in one day. My name is Edna Vosa, the soap maker, all types and different kind of soap. Ghana Grows Hope Day.
Ghana Grows Hope Day. Step into the world of fashion where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV. This week on The Dish.
And also there's this thing about women are supposed to be strong. and you remember I told you outside, I don't like to even call women strong. Why can't we just be, who is going around telling men they are strong?
No one is telling them they are strong.
So it's like every time everybody sees you, strong woman, and you have to be strong, and you have to be this, and then you are killing yourself. And anytime you refuse to set a boundary in one aspect of your life, the other aspect is suffering.
If constantly your boundaries are being broken, it tells you that that thing that you value, that you've set yourself, no one else values it. So you see yourself as trash. So you don't even have the energy and the confidence to stand enough. So there are women that their spouses have told them that they are ugly, or their parents growing after that, oh, they are one year family, but now who you're time. And it's been said continuously to them.
The Dish is presented by Epiglow.
Be legend.
KNIILANTE. It's a decision. That love me.
Amazing. On the show, I am John Kumbey.
Drama, betrayal, faith, forbidden love. What would you do when life writes a chapter you didn't ask for? Every broken pen has a story to tell. Every story has a lesson to learn. But the question is, how do you fix it? The Broken Pen Show is back. Real stories, raw truths, and maybe, just maybe, the answers you've been looking for. Hi, ladies. Hi. Your story isn't over. Let's fix it together with a cold glass of Nax cocktail. Catch the Broken Pen Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on MX24 TV. My name is Yabita, and I am your host. Cheers.
I want to find out one thing. What happened with you and Kojo?
One day we could see Cosmo and says, bro, I want to do my solo album. Ghana, if somebody go, blah, blah, even for the media space right now, go talk your mind right now, they go touch it, they go blacklist you. Event organizers, they go, then boom, balance money.
Politics was a part of our group. One of the times we featured on 2010 last. Fluid, so I called him, so speak to my manager. Where?
Patience is a virtue that carries a lot of weight. Yeah. Always know that you live to fight another day.
I feel say we musicians, one thing we like do, we know how to create. Yeah. But the business part, we know the add them to whatever we do.
Me right now, as I stand here, everything is about marketing. If I do
the people I was looking up to, these two boys called famous people. Their work looked like they had like they were like 17 people or 20 people.
Into the virtual world with us, where our passion gaming will produce unparalleled content like you've never seen before. You're welcome to the VGA Esports Show, where we're producing top-level esports action and the gaming stories from all around the world.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette.
This is what we want, because without media, people can't hear. And VGA approach in creating the content, how they put the graphics together, it's much more appealing. And as I said again and again and again, they have documented our space in video, in graphics, in sounds as well.
VGA Esports Show, coming soon on MX24.
Long live high school play. We are more than
Watching me live on High School Click. Don't go nowhere. Silly. Watching me live on High School Click. Don't go nowhere. Silly.
The Bible said that we are not of those who shrink back, but of those who believe to the salvation of the soul. You know, sometimes God wants to do things in circumstances and situations that when people see, they will acknowledge that this is not the effort of man, but this must be the finger of God. So to him, life meant Christ. Life meant living for Christ. Life meant serving Christ. Christ in you, the hope of glory.
ICGC Evangel Temple presents The Kingdom Culture with Reverend Eric Ampofo on MX24. This and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Okay, you're watching MX24 TV, and this your boy Perez Music. Ciao!
Hi guys, how you doing? This is your boy SDK, and I'm here on MX24. It's fun. It's fearless. And it's factual.
What's up, everyone? My name is Edinam Kumbey, and you're watching MX24. We are fun, fearless, and factual. Get it right.
What's up? My name is Akwabwa, and you guys are watching MX24. Keep watching. I love you.
They say the portion they gave me was unknown. What I will become was never ever told. Now you're watching the beast in me unfold. I'm immortal, Dracula untold. What's up, people? This is your rap goddess, Aino Baroni, and you're watching MX24. Keep watching it. One tear say, dead it.
The all-new season of your favorite evening talk show is here.
You need to work to be able to get what you want.
Can I think get what off?
If a man understands that the woman's makeup, sexual makeup, is not same as mine, I need it every 2 days. In fact, some men need it every day.
The Dish returns on your screens with more laughter, inspiration, and powerful conversations with progressive women than ever before.
They are my brothers, they are my friends.
In trying to please people, you begin to lose yourself. You get to a point where you don't even know who you are anymore. And then people start to define you.
This season, we're diving deeper into real-life issues affecting women, unfiltered and raw. We're addressing challenges faced by women in our society.
I'm like, how do I want to be in a place where I wake up every day and I have marks, my face is swollen, or something has happened to me some way or the other, and I'm supposed to be covering up and giving an excuse for someone who is doing that to me? It doesn't feel good.
Join us every week as we sit down with incredible women, each with their own stories to share.
If you read my caption, that was
I brought you here to have an interview, and that's what we're going to do.
Stories that will move you, challenge you, and leave you thinking long after the show.
Owning your sexuality is understanding and being aware of your individual energy. It's more than the physical, it's the energies that you also come with into this universe.
From the triumphs to the struggle, we're covering it all.
At the point where I realized that my auntie needed some particular help, I said no. I have to stand up and talk about mental health.
Get ready for thought-provoking conversations, inspiring guests, and a whole lot of heart. This is The Dish, where women lead the conversation. Don't miss out. The Dish is presented by Epiglow.
Welcome to a brand new season of VIP Access. That's what we're talking about. VIP Access Podcast is back in 2024 with a brand new season. It's bigger and badder. From Australia, Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, Rwanda, and Kenya. Season 4 of VIP Access Podcast will once again present you with a cross-section of Africa's brightest music stars and industry gurus, sharing with you tips and tricks to making it in the game. VIP Access will also highlight East Africa's rising artists in hip-hop, Afro house, classical music, Afro pop, and jazz music genres. Brace yourself for an exciting new season that will spotlight the expansion of African music while exploring the role of women in the music industry.
We're walking superheroes, and we sometimes we don't even see it in ourselves.
VIP Access Season 4 is proudly supported by the Australian High Commission.
The songbird Jackie, keep watching MX24.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Last Minute. You watching MX24.
You know what it is up now, yeah. Big shout out to MX24. Keep watching. It's up now, Malians.
Yo, what up? What's up? This be Cwesi Oteng, and keep watching MX24. Keep it locked. Daasebre.
Drink in my hand, I'm vibing. Uber waiting outside. I don't care, I'm still in my towel, dancing in my towel. Hey guys, it's me, your one and only Davi Diva, Black Star Barbie, Feli Nuna, and you're watching MX24. Don't go nowhere, cause Davi Diva Ejeleme says so. Mwah.
okay, you're watching MX24 TV, and this your boy Perez Music. Ciao!
Hi guys, how you doing? This your boy SDK, and I'm here on MX24. It's fun. It's fearless. And it's factual.
What's up, everyone? My name is Edinam Kumbey, and you're watching MX24. We are fun, fearless, and factual. Get it right.
What's up? My name is Akwabwa, and you guys are watching MX24. Keep watching. I love you.
They say the portion they gave me was unknown. What I will become was never ever told. Now you're watching the beast in me unfold. I'm immortal. Dracula untold. What's up, people? This is your rap goddess, Edinam Kumbey, and you watching MX24. Keep watching it. One tear say, dead.
Step into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
Drama, betrayal, faith, forbidden love. What would you do when life writes a chapter you didn't ask for? Every broken pen has a story to tell. Every story has a lesson to learn. But the question is, how do you fix it? The Broken Pen Show is back. Real stories, raw truths, and maybe, just maybe, the answers you've been looking for. Hi, ladies. Hi. Your story isn't over. Let's fix it together with a cold glass of Nax cocktail. Catch the Broken Pen Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on MX24 TV. My name is Yabita, and I am your host. Cheers.
Into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV. Step into the world of
Welcome back. This is still the AM Club right here on MX24 TV, and I've been joined by Dinah. And anytime Dinah joins in the studio, you know it's all about fashion. I'll get to Dinah in a bit, and we'll talk about fashion. But remember that in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal in achieving success. That is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plan to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your own company. Now, our health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of each and every one of your employees. Yes, offering comprehensive coverage and also exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tax and paying premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by and seeing and making sure that you get through it each and every time with regards to your entire health journey. Reach out to us, feel free. Call us on 050-151-124 or 0539-135-073. Listen, don't look any further. Just come to us and let us help you. Always here for you. Now, remember that if you want to always stay connected, there's one thing that you have in mind. You have a mobile phone or you have some form of mobile telephony and you need connection. You need data or voice packages, yeah? You want one that's uniquely made to you. Look no further than Telecel. It's all about the Made For Me bundles. Pick up your phone right now and dial *530#, or you can just go on the App Store, download the Telecel app, and then subscribe to the Made For Me bundles. They are uniquely made and customized only to your own specifications, which I just get in there and make sure it happens. In addition, just this here. Yeah. Okay, but she'll be there. You're wondering how I'm talking, she'll be there. I'm talking about, yes, we're getting into the Workers' Day Fair. Yes, it's all about the More 24 Workers' Day Fair, and it's going to be happening on the 1st of May 2025 at the Afros Event Center, Lagos Avenue, here in East Legon. Everything East Legon, we are numero uno. For an unforgettable display of shopping experience. When you go and shop, you need other things to make it memorable. Just come through. If you're a vendor, you want to partake in this, come through. The stands are going hot. Listen, don't create a situation where you start saying, Minimianka. Minimianka was yesterday. Always be in the present. So come through and let us make it happen. So enjoy exclusive discounts, amazing deals, and a chance to, promote your business with us right here at MX24 on our various platforms. So vendors, this is the biggest opportunity of the year to reach thousands of customers and elevate your brand. Attendees also get to enjoy, some good discount, live music, some entertainment. It's not entertainment, no, it's entertainment. Yeah, that one is different from entertainment. Yeah, they are two different things. So don't miss out. Rush now. Listen, you can register. Reach us on 0592-292-746 to secure your booth today. The More 24 Workers' Day Fair, your ultimate shopping experience. Yeah, great deals, fun, and excitement. Not excitement. See you. Yeah, first of May. It's going to happen. Anyways, I'm bringing Dinah. What's up?
How are you?
I'm good.
I know you've been holding down the fort. How's it been so far?
Hunger. Hunger won't finish me. Yeah.
What happened to you in the mornings?
How have you been? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
No, seeing you.
Okay, right.
Not on set. Me on set there, nobody joins me.
But yeah, it's been okay. We've been having. She is Aseyemiranda. Hi, Ase.
Hello.
How are you feeling? I know you're feeling a bit nervous, but yeah, we're going to be having a conversation about her crochet designs, which are beautifully displayed right here. We'll be also having a model come through to show us what it looks like on the human body, you understand? Yeah, because it's giving, body, it's giving, when the girl comes, when our woman, when she comes here, you see what we are talking about. But I know I say it because, how do we know each other?
I think through modeling.
Yeah, we used to go for auditions. Yeah, together. I used to meet her often. Those things where you go to places often and then you see specific people and then you get acquainted with them. But if you were doing modeling, how did the crochet come about?
Okay, so with the crochet, it's something that I really loved when I was a kid.
Okay,
so I think probably after school, getting job in Ghana is something else.
Yeah.
So after school service, then I was once in the bank and my colleague was like, "Oh, Miranda, so you can do this, you can do that. Can you do crochet?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can do crochet." And he was like, "Okay, then just do a bikini for me, and then that's where everything started from.
Was that a guy who was asking?
No, it was a lady.
I just wanted to be sure.
It was a lady.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where everything. So after the bikini, it's just like, oh, my friends want it, and I'm like, okay, fine. Then why don't I start something little
on the side?
On the side, whilst I'm looking for a job and Yes. So that's how come the crochet came in. With the modeling, so I add everything in.
Okay, so you used to you wear your own things and then you post about them, or?
Yes, mostly. I have two friends.
Okay.
They are also model. That's Black Diamond and Becca. So mostly they wear the stuff for me. Yes.
But what types of crochet do you use? Do you use the same types of? Because I don't know. Can you take us through like the crochet? What do you call them? Is it thread?
Okay, so they are yarn.
Yeah.
They are not threads.
Yes.
Okay. So like we have different types.
Okay.
Normally we have some in Ghana. That's the China one. Oh, the one we've been using back in basic school. Yes, very fluffy and yes. We have that one too aside. But then so this is something that I do professional. I try to go in for like professional yarns. So we have the Allies yarn.
The what?
Allies.
Okay.
Okay, so this acrylic yarn.
Okay.
And a little bit of cotton. So this like this is good for bikinis. Then some pools they don't allow you to enter with crochet, but it depends on the kind of yarn you are wearing.
Okay.
So with this, you can enter into the pool with this when you have the bikini on. And
so right now, if I was going to the pool, and then I would say, please, I beg you, this one they use this type of yarn to make so I can enter.
Yeah, you just tell them, oh no, this is acrylic because that's the best for the bikini actually. Acrylic. Yeah, acrylic yarn.
It's not easy. Okay.
Then you have the cotton yarn. There's a cotton yarn.
Cotton yarn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me just cotton yarn. Yes.
I promise. C-U-T-T-I-N-G. Like I said, cotton yarn.
Okay. So this cotton yarn. You're gonna have it say cotton.
Okay.
The cotton yarn. Okay. The cotton yarn.
So this one. So this purely cotton. Okay. This purely cotton for t-shirts, for dresses, and it's very, very good.
Okay.
And we have this one, which is partly acrylic and partly cotton as well.
Okay.
But this is produced in Nigeria.
Okay. So what's the difference between that one and then the brown? The brown
acrylic one.
The acrylic.
Because she said this one too
also
is
acrylic.
Yeah, this is also acrylic and a little bit of cotton, just a little bit of cotton. And this one is it's produced in Nigeria, just close to us, and it's very, very light.
Okay, so it's lighter than this one?
Yes, lighter than this one.
Okay, okay. So for these designs that you have, which of the yarns did you use? How difficult were they? Because I see this black and white one has pearls and things. So when did you even start incorporating all of these things into it? What type of yarn did you use, and how long does it take you to make them?
Okay, so with the pearls, everyone, like, you have a lot of people in this fashion business and this crochet business, okay? So always, I try to look a bit different. And part of this Africa stars and those are, so I try to add cowries, pearls to my things for them to be a little bit different. So that's how come I have the pearls in it. But then this actually is made with a yeye yarn.
Yeye yarn.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the Nigerian yarn. Okay. So then we have something like a dinner dress, which is made with a cotton yarn.
I don't know if we can show it, but this one.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So crochet is not just for like beads and blah blah blah. So we have this dress.
Okay.
So like,
it also has some
some pearls in it. Yeah. So you're going for a dinner, you just wear it with your heel, and trust me, you're going to look amazing.
Okay, I think you can leave it on the table. But I see a shirt.
A shirt, yes. So how come like I have to fuse in shit? So it's because of the guys. You know, mostly guys will be like, oh, okay, so you're just doing it for ladies, and there's I'm like, okay.
I was actually going to go there.
Is it for only ladies?
Yeah, is it only a ladies thing? Like
even this one, even though you've done it for men, I feel like it's unisex because.
Okay, the one for guys now is unisex.
I will still wait. Like, I don't care if it's for you. Do you understand? Like,
Okay, I get your vibe. But why is it that it's for guys using that one is unisex?
No, because I feel like it's so versatile.
Yeah,
it looks versatile. It looks like something you would wear to the beach, but I can also, wear my bikini and then steal it and wear it over it.
Why would you steal it? Okay, then let's get to it.
I can see some. Is it shorts that is like, yeah.
That's a short.
So you see, as you are wearing, I too can be wearing. Okay, but I also see that the black one that we showed earlier, we have a little hat.
Hat on it.
Yeah. That one too, you decided to have something unique.
Yes, that's it. So like I try to do a little bit of everything. So not just bikini or something like. So I have.
You want to use yarn to create pieces that we can wear on a regular.
Yeah, that's
it. Yes, it doesn't have to just be beaches and things. Is this your 9 to 5, or do you have like another job that you do on the side?
Okay, I'm a sales associate. Okay, so I saw. Yeah.
I'll come in. Let me come back to the crochet. Something like this shirt, how long did it take you to make?
Okay, so on a normal day, I can use 2 weeks to finish this.
What,
2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's how many hours, like how many hours per day would you dedicate to,
To do that's maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spread across 2 weeks. Okay,
2
so
weeks.
if I'm ordering something from you.
So if someone is ordering, so it depends at times, some people, they want it so urgent. So within 2 days, like I can use it to complete this. Just 2 days.
So how do you balance? That's why I was asking. How do you balance your 9 to 5 with a business like this? Because this is something that is very engaging. Like you have to constantly be doing it.
Okay, so starting, this is like a hobby for me. Okay, so anytime like I sit idle, I have to do something. I have to do crochet.
Right.
If I'm not sleeping, I'm doing crochet.
Okay, and it's
So
something that you can do alongside with other things. So like you can be watching movies.
And I'll be doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be chatting with my friends. I'll be doing it and everything. So when I go to work, actually my work is on shift.
Okay.
It's
Makes
on
sense,
shift.
yes.
Yeah, so someone is here.
And
then I'm home.
Okay.
So I can just dedicate my time and be doing this.
How profitable is it though?
Yes, it's very, very profitable. Yes.
Please, are you taking it?
Are you taking it?
Because,
as you are doing the show, then you'll be doing. Hi guys, welcome to the AM Club. Right here on MX24.
Today is a hobby day.
So yeah, that's it. It's hobby for some of us, and it's at the same time business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but how do you make sure that you are putting out the same quality that people require from you? Because if you're doing a number of things, you can lose your train of thought. You can be called to do something else. You can give somebody 2 weeks, but maybe you had a busy 2 weeks and so you couldn't really focus. How do you balance it all?
Okay, so the reason why we give 2 weeks is, some of the pieces you can just use like 2 hours or 3 hours to do it. Okay, but then we give the people 2 weeks so that we can have a whole lot of, maybe I'm not doing just you. I'm doing like maybe 5 people outfit. So like I have to give you more days so that I'll be able to meet your requirements or like your target.
But I have one question. You see, the way the crochet is, the weave, it varies, and the thickness of the thread. Is it the same pin that you use throughout?
No, we have series. Okay, so let me put it like, so it starts from, I think 1.00 mm to 10.00 mm.
Wait, the 1.00, was that the one that we were using in JHS?
In JHS, that's it.
Oh my God, I've just been taken back because I mean, I don't know for you. I don't know if your school you were doing that.
That's why I went to that question because I have an experience with the needle.
Yeah, the tiny one.
Well, that's very tiny to work with.
Okay.
The 1 point
so which
something.
ones? You have some in front of you.
So I have here 4.0 then 3.5. That's what I mostly use.
Okay.
And then 4.5.
This one is for the bigger yarns?
No, so when the yarn is thick, you use the 3mm, use something that is a little bit slim when the yarn is thick. But then when the yarn is already slim, you have to use something big to make it get the same.
Okay,
thing.
so you see he was talking about the
stitches.
Yes, okay. So the stitches, do you use specific, what do you call it? Is it needle?
So hook.
There's a hook. What's the needle? Do you use the same hook? Do you use specific hooks for specific
outfits? Yes.
Okay.
So with bikinis it's 2.5.
Okay. Because you want it tighter?
I want it tighter. And it depends on the size of the person as well.
Okay.
So if this person is slim, when the person is not that busty, you can use the 2.5. But if the person is busty, then you have to like increase it to maybe 3 or 4. So that you could have the coverage.
Yeah. So right now obviously the point of doing business is to make sure you make profits and upskill and reach wider people. And I don't know if your plan is to make this a full-time thing for you.
Yes, my plan is to make it a full-time.
Yeah. So right now, if say you get an order that you should do something, let's say MX24, we are calling on you. We want some of these shirts because we've seen that it's very nice. It's giving. So we want it for all our presenters here. So let's say we have 10 presenters. We want it. How is it possible for you to be able to deliver within the period, or are you in collaboration with other people who can come together, help you?
Yes. So when it comes to large orders, like I have other crochet designers that I call on. I'm like, oh yeah, I have this.
Okay.
Come around, let's work on this.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like 2 or 3 people that
apparently you're going to teach us how to do something small, or teach me how to do something small.
Teach
me. What do you want to teach me?
Okay, so let's do a bikini.
Okay.
Just one bra cup.
One what?
One bra cup.
Bra cup.
Yes.
Aseyemiranda.
Is here a yarn. Is it the design? You called it something.
Okay, so with the stitches. With the stitches, as you can see, this one. Okay, so let me put it this way. Most of the stitches are not like we didn't get it from Ghana. It's mostly from these Brazilians and the Cash guys and everything. So they have names for it.
Okay.
So with this one, it's a granny stitch.
Okay.
Then we have the big ones. They are the granny stitch. So that one you can use it for shirts, you can use it for blankets.
Yes.
You can use it for scarves, like a whole lot of things.
Okay.
And it's very easy to work with and faster.
Okay.
Then we have the one I use for the dress there.
Yes.
This one. Yes.
Okay.
That's single crochet.
Okay.
So I use the single crochet for that one. We have half double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, like.
So where did you learn all of these from? Because
that's what I say. Like, it's something I really want to go full time with. So always I keep learning.
So you learn where? On YouTube?
On YouTube. We have sites that you can learn. Some people actually upload patterns, and others you purchase, you learn.
So you actually put in money to learn?
Yes, to learn.
Oh, wow. You're doing amazing. That's nice. Yeah.
Your craft part.
Your model. What she come to show us?
So she's just coming to show you a dress, like a simple dress that you can wear on a beach day.
Okay. And what you are wearing is also something like that?
No, this is something that you can wear on a casual day, go out with it. Yes, right.
Okay. So I think we can be ready for our model.
Yeah.
Yes,
we can bring her on.
We can bring her
so
on.
Please, you can come along and then you stand right in front of us. Yeah.
So while she's coming, I just want to know where we can find you if we want to, purchase something from you. Yes. So
You can come. So you can come.
It's giving. What I say is giving body.
Yeah. So please give the body to her. Why?
So this so this stitch.
Okay, so that's a V stitch.
The what?
V stitch. So you could see all the stitches are in V.
Okay, it's like a triangle. So.
Yeah, like a triangle.
Okay,
So,
and this is for a beach.
yes.
Beach vibe.
Beach vibe, just simple.
How does it make you feel though? She says comfortable. Yeah, it's very comfortable.
But Ghana is hot.
Yeah, yes. But you see, interestingly, when you wear something like this, actually outside, so what you are wearing, something like what she is wearing, people tend to look at you some way, or you've not gotten that. Have you worn your designs outside?
Oh yes.
Like you wear it on a regular?
Yeah, on a regular.
Okay. Because I feel like Ghanaians are more conservative. So even when you're wearing something like what you're wearing, they look at you in a certain way. If you've not experienced it, then I'm excited for you.
Oh,
it means the Ghanaian people are growing. We are
Yeah, and I
expanding.
think the places you go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you sit in church or?
No regular.
You see, I understand. Because if you're sitting in Uber, the driver will not say anything. If you're sitting in like other ride-hailing apps, they will probably not say anything. But I think like when you enter more public places, it's a bit people are a bit some way about even though Ghana is hot.
Yeah. Oh, that you see, Ghana is hot, but people wear certain things that people even in temperate zones don't wear.
Yeah, it's like what? Are we talking winter jackets?
Yeah. You walk in town, the sun is hot. I'm looking for something light to wear.
We will look at you and say and think, and we swear, but we move on. But when it's a woman who is wearing something like this, that she's hot, and we all can attest to the fact that she's hot, people have a lot to say.
People would have a lot to say. That's why we want you to give us a 360.
Okay.
So slowly. Why are you doing it? No,
please go ahead.
Yeah, so please 360 so that.
So as you're doing the 360, do you take people's measurements before?
Yes.
Please slowly.
And that's the most important thing. Because when it comes to Africa, there's this chart online that we all look at, as in buses, statuses, like when it takes
say,
small,
okay, US size
6,
bust is this.
But when it comes to Africa, that's
because
not
if you look at her, we say she's US size.
So her top is 6, her down will be 8.
So which means that we can't. She can't say I am a US size 8 or I'm a US size 6 because it's not. Yeah, it won't. I feel you because I too do not know where I am. Because I can say I'm a US size 8, it will come and it's probably tighter, or it will come and maybe the bust is a bit problematic. So I always have a tailor on standby. So when I buy the thing, I go, so I go and alter. Okay, fabric type 2 is important, right? Okay, but it's been an interesting conversation.
Yeah, but we're leaving something out. What? We have had this conversation and it's like we are keeping all the information to ourselves. But where can we find you outside?
Okay, so...
She didn't answer.
Well, that's true.
Okay, so I'm Afri Crochet on Instagram.
Please spell it for us.
Afri Crochet, so AFRICROCHY.
Okay.
Afri Crochet.
CHY.
Yes.
Okay.
Afri Crochet on Instagram. Then personal page is Aseyemiranda on all the socials like TikTok, Aseyemiranda, Instagram, Aseyemiranda, Snapchat, Aseyemiranda.
Okay.
And mostly I post on Snapchat.
Estawala.
Yeah.
What are you doing on Snapchat? Estawala.
Okay.
But it's been an interesting conversation. Thank you so much. What's your name? Rebecca, thank you so much. Rebecca, thank you so much. Aseye, thank you for having this conversation with us. amazing designs. I love the fact that you play with color, and I feel like you know which colors work well together, which is quite an important thing.
Very much so. I am just loving this.
Me too. Please, I beg you.
I'm loving that.
MX24 pay. Don't pay for it. Okay, so you can leave it with me, and then you chase Jeff after it for the money. Yeah.
Anyways, it's been fun, you know. Yeah, I learned a lot. It just took me way back.
Because I mean, we used to do this. I think they taught us how to do the shades. There's a straight one, and then you. I even had a bag. I crocheted a bag back then.
Yeah, that's the chain. So, what's like the tabs? So before you start anything, it has to do with a slip knot.
Okay, and then.
So then you just chain it.
Yeah.
So this is the base for everything.
Oh.
Mostly everything. There's a base.
Okay. Fine. You see, that would have taken me.
Can you raise it a bit for us to see?
10 minutes.
You are lying.
But it's true, but how would I do?
Oh, you're lying.
Like how?
Oh, it's very simple. Like everyone.
And there's the one for the hat. That one, it's you put it around your finger and then you sort of crochet around.
So that's the magic ring.
Magic ring.
So this.
I don't know who taught me, but you must be proud, because I remember. So you do that and it goes round, and then you can do it as a cap.
But have you done it before?
It's in JHS.
Okay.
So everyone should have. So when you're starting,
she's just doing it so easily.
Charlie, guys, it's okay. Let's go, right? Let's go. Now, that night's been entertaining.
I mean, I always bring entertainment right here. Yeah, so.
Entertainment queen.
Whatever it is, I'm right there with you.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
The AM Club continues right after this.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
This is a call to you. The dreamers. The ones that see no boundaries.
Dreamers take a chance.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Get connected, feel the
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
To the architects of their journeys. Every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hi, my name is Ruki. I'm a TV host and a self-styled chef. Cooking is my ultimate passion, and it's something I would say is my calling. Now, for those who cook a lot like me, there's one fact they always state. Ingredients decide how tasty your food is. And for me, the game-changing ingredients is water. Tap water at the moment is not the best option considering what's going on in the country. Also, such as water can taste weird and produce too much waste, so it's a no-no for me. My number one choice for cooking is Jibu water. Cooking with Jibu water enhances the flavor of your food. And it's not just that. Unlike other brands where you have to pour it from a heavy bottle, the 20-liter dispenser bottle comes with a tap. It's so easy. So you see how simple it is with Jibu? Cooking with Jibu gives you big flavors and great taste without all the stress. Remember to cook with Jibu.
Jibu, transforming opportunity to thrive.
Christian Boachi Yadom, co-founder and CEO of Pizza Man Chicken Man. Ebenezer Isuman Amankwa, co-founder and COO of Pizza Man Chicken Man. Anthony Jamafer, CEO of Caveman Watches. Sir Elom J. Tete, global lead of the Psalmist International. Our keynote is from Dr. Stephen Deborah Ablometi, founder and CEO of CPL Developers. Your host for the event will be Moses B. Arthur and CEO of Afrimart Atlantic. Get ready to embrace an experience that will inspire you to dream bigger and take courageous action. Remember, the date is on April 12, 2025. Time 11 a.m. prompt. Venue UPSA Auditorium. Remember to register with the code on your screen or with the link below. Let us unite to shape a brighter Ghana. Don't miss this moment. This event is proudly brought to you by Entrepreneurship Hub Africa in partnership with Pizza Man Chicken Man, proudly sponsored by MX24 TV.
Welcome to Deluxe Experience Ghana, your trusted partner in creating unforgettable events. From breathtaking stage designs to dazzling lighting solutions, we bring your vision to life with precision and creativity. Our expert event planning and consultation services ensure every detail is taken care of so you can enjoy a stress-free experience. Capture every moment with our professional photography, videography, and live streaming services because every memory deserves to be cherished. Transform your event venues into a masterpiece with our exquisite interior lighting and permanent designs tailored to suit your style and theme. At Deluxe Experience Ghana, we don't just plan events, we create experiences. Let's make your next event extraordinary. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe. Contact us today on 0267 83 7006 or 0545 03 8620 and 0545 03 7520. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe.
Potter City and the World Prayer Center presents Dominion Praise 2025. Theme, Mensah. Thus far has the Lord brought us as we celebrate 10 years of Potter City and the Praying Family Chapel. Ministering in song, Nathaniel Bassi. Go 7th. Nana Say Pukusako dear. The date is Sunday, the 13th of April, 2025. Venue is a Potter City, Mutual Prom Prom, and the time is 4 p.m. prompt. Entry is free. Come, let's celebrate the Lord for 10 years of His favor, grace, and common mercies.
Way back, this song, if you God, He did bless me. Let me stop singing because maybe my voice is not good for singing. We'll find a range for my voice much later. Anyways, you're still tuned in to your favorite. Yes, this is the AM Club right here on MX24 TV. Now is the segment where we get to plug into something special. This time we're plugging into contemporary gospel music. Contemporary gospel music. But before we get into it and before I outdoor my guest, you can add 2 and 2 and guess my guest, but I'll tell you who he is in a second. Now, listen, in today's fast-paced world, accessing quality healthcare should be simple and convenient. That's why Equity Health Insurance presents the telemedicine product, designed to bring expert medical consultation right to you through your mobile telephony device. With just a call, you can connect with licensed doctors anytime, anywhere, whether at home, at work, on the go. They are ready to answer your call. The service would always remain for you and ensure that you get prompt medical attention, prescriptions, and professional advice without the hassle of long queues at hospitals. I know how it feels. Yeah, I know how it feels. So just sign up with 6 Ghana cedis per month. 6 Ghana cedis per month. That's not even enough for cocoa in the morning. 6 Ghana cedis per month. So just sign up today for 24/7 access to doctors, prescription support, and referrals when necessary. Just make sure that you call 0204 29. Did I say 296? Yeah, so 0204 269 562 0204 269 562 or 0509 969 010 0509 969 010 to register today and experience hassle-free health care. Equity Health Insurance is always here for you. Now let's jump right into it, and I've got with me in the studio the man of the moment. Yeah, he said certain things and people are misquoting and not understanding, but we'll get into it. Cwesi Oteng is joining me right here on The Plug, and if you don't know who he is, listen, I'll do that for him. Yeah, I'll do that for him. He is one of the pioneers when it comes to this space of contemporary gospel music. Welcome, my big brother.
Thank you, boss.
How have you
Good
been?
to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. It's
Yes,
an honor for me here, you know.
Me too, bro.
But let me start off this way. How does it feel to be a trailblazer for this space? And you initially, when you get nominated at the awards, you get mixed up with all other forms of gospel. But now, thanks to trailblazers like you, they now have their own category at the upcoming awards.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I feel very humbled. I mean, I always think that God has been merciful to me to have used me to do what, you know, I call it a revival. At the time our ministry emerged, you know, it was a groundbreaking impact on the face of Ghana, Africa, and around the world. Like God has shown a lot of mercy. So me, I count it humbling, you know, to be considered in any way. You know, usually when I go for programs, people come to me like, how should we introduce you? I tell them that, oh, when you go, just introduce me. And they say all sorts of beautiful things, and I'm cool like that.
But do you think this should have taken a long time to eventually materialize, or it should have been long ago, don't you think?
Oh, well, I think that I've evolved in every season, you know. I mean, people have shown me quite some respect over the years. It's not now that people are realizing my value, or people have a lot of respect for me in the music space. Not only gospel, but I mean in the general Ghanaian music space. When it comes to contribution to the creative space, I think that by the grace of God, my name comes up as a pivotal personality in the group.
Wonderful. Let me just dive straight to the deep end and let's talk about your new project. Favor.
Yes, sir.
You initially had a conversation also and mentioned some form of spiritus attacks and things. Would you say that this new song of yours is a response to how God has favored you?
Of course. I mean, as a songwriter,
overcome?
I must. I have to write music as music is a spiritual warfare and a conversation, you know. I think that the interview you're talking about, I had it with Rosalind Felly on Joy Prime, and through our conversation, it came up. I just dropped. It wasn't like a main purpose for doing it. I was telling her some of the struggles I had, that when I entered the music space, it was a pure traditional sided space of music. It was a time where gospel musicians could go on radio and fight in front of Ghanaians, and Ghanaians were happy. All sorts of disrespect and dishonor was in the face of gospel music. You know, when I came into the scene, we brought respect for each other. You can go and see me anywhere that I'm talking down on Joe Metal or anybody who MOG, or do you understand? I mean, there was a time that two gospel artists could be invited and they are insulting each other, and Ghanaians were, you know, happy about that. You know, we brought fresh vibe, honor, respect for one another, and things. Among the struggles I faced when I came into the scene were people who did not understand what was happening. Do you understand? And it's not everybody who does gospel music who is about Jesus Christ. Some people are about fame. Some people are about money. Some people are about so many things that they would fight for. People did things, you know, and you know, which I became aware of. Do you understand? But you see, when I talk about it, look at me sitting here. I'm not complaining about it all. I'm telling you things have survived.
Yeah. That's your story.
My church, you know, we say something there. What have you survived? What have you suffered? These are things I've survived. These are things I've suffered. Do you understand? As a father, do you understand? As a groundbreaker, as somebody that broke through a certain way with a wave of anointing that opened doors for gospel music, you know, that we today are sitting here. And, you know, sometimes people act as if it was a normal thing or something, nothing happened, you know, he just came, he said, no, I'm not an ordinary musician. If I am talking about what I faced and anybody else is not the experience, theirs is to just mind their business. I'm telling you things that when this place was a forest, the bears and the lions, we conquered. Do you understand? Now it's a city. And so you may not understand. We came, it was a forest. You get what I'm saying? And so any person who doesn't understand should leave my conversation to me. I'm talking about groundbreaking Napoleon Bonaparte kind of vibe conversation. That's what I'm having. And so, you know, I don't know if I'm okay, but as I'm sitting here, I'm not complaining. I'm very good. I'm blessed. Do you understand? I'm progressing. I'm doing well in life and ministry. Nothing has been thrown against me that has taken me down. I'm not here sick. I'm not begging for funds for a hospital bill there. I'm very vibrant, producing stuff and doing great things. So basically that's who I am.
Wonderful. But let's talk more about your new song.
Yes, sir.
Your new, I like to call it a project because putting together such a body of art takes a lot more than just writing. How long did it take you to put this together, and what was the creative process?
This song took me some time because I discovered some things about God's favor. And so I had to research, understand how favor of God works, because the favor of God can activate for you and it will shock you where you can land in your life and your career. God's hand can be upon a person and just transform their lives, their opportunities become enormous, like life becomes different. So I realized that God can actually even pick a foreigner and make the person a prime minister in a country, you know. I mean, that's what favor can do. Things that people don't deserve can become their inheritance and their capacity, what belongs to them, like for freely, you know. And so when I discovered, I started searching about it. Then I realized that actually, when God is your father, his favor is on you. As you sit there right now, the favor of God is on you. But it works with awareness. You must understand that I have it. It is not outside of me. It's not something that I have to go and chase. It's something that is here. When you have it, what must you do? You must accept that I have the favor of God. You must declare that I have it. It's different from thinking that I need favor. Pray for me for favor. It's different. I have favor, I declare it, and I step into it, and I declare that today as I go out, the favor of God will speak for me over every situation, over every attack, over every challenge, over every problem, over every whatever the state is, the favor of God steps in. But see, you must accept that I have it. Those were my discoveries, you know, because
so the first point is acceptance.
Accept that you have it, because the Bible says that a man's gift makes room for him. That gift is favor. Your gift of favor. Of course, talent is inside. A man's talent. You are sitting here because of your gift of talent and capacity and your ability to be here. But there's also a gift called favor. You know, we have received through Jesus Christ. That favor speaks for people, transform their lives. But it works when you believe that it is there. I have it. You know, a lot of people move by thinking they need it. And so when you think you need it, you are always looking for it outside yourself. And it also works when you begin to declare it. And so I wanted to create a song that when people sing it, it start working on their mind, you know, and they start believing that they are walking in favor. It's present tense. I'm walking in favor, you know. And then it becomes experiences in their lives, you know. Things begin to turn around in ways that will amaze them. Businesses, opportunities, things that's been forgotten will be remembered, you know.
Wonderful.
It's basically so.
Let's talk about how you were able to acquire the space to shoot the video.
Okay, so we wanted to shoot almost all the scenes at the Legon Stadium. And I went to speak to one of the managers there, who is a friend of mine, Aseyemiranda.
Yeah.
And then, so when we went there, we realized that they don't fly drones there.
Oh, okay.
So we improvised and we did some solo shots of the musicians. I did a shot there. Then I said, okay, let's go to the beach and shoot something. We chose the Titanic beach. Everywhere I was going, I said a lot of people will see me, you know, and I was shy. I was like, why am I going to stand by this place there? It's not a plan that we had. But we went through the Meridian University, and then I remember that when I was young, there was a beach in the corner there, but now they've closed it down.
Okay.
You know, I think the owner passed away or something, and there's a space, beautiful space that had been. So I told the guy that let's go. I didn't know how it was going to be. When we got there, this is beautiful rock arranged there for me to go and stand on it and just lift the drones, and then we shot it, and people are loving it. And you know, I also wanted to keep it simple, and you know, I didn't want people expecting that I'll come and wear jeans and a jacket and all those, you know. But I wanted to wear African. If it goes around the world, people must clearly know that this guy is from Africa, you know, and we wanted to work like that. And it's so far doing well, and people are being blessed by the song, and I'm happy about that.
My favorite word in the song.
Yes, which word?
I have a favorite word.
Tell me.
Money.
Katalabaya shakalalababa. You know,
that word.
You are a smart person.
That word is important.
You know, I was there. Then I heard, you know, God speaks to our thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes somebody will say that something told me not to do this thing. Something. It's not something. Do you understand? Something told me. No, God is speaking with you.
Yeah.
But me, I've trained myself to know when it is the voice of God or it is the voice of, you know, Bishop Darky Mills once was preaching that he said something that never left me. He said that thoughts have origins. Thoughts have what? Origins. When a thought comes into your head, it's either from God, it's from yourself, or from demon, or from something. Do you understand? It can be a thought of fear, a thought of, you know, how all those are fear type of thoughts are demonic. Do you understand? But faith, someday I hear manifestation. I say, hey, what a word that is entering my inner. So I went on Google to type manifestation. Manifestation, then it came page not found.
Page not found.
Yes. Then I said that God is speaking to me, you know. Yeah. And then I went in deep. I put it on my status, manifestation, you know, and I started researching into it, using it to pray. You know, it's actually miracle money or God's provision of finances that's coming to his people. Do you understand? Where God will supernaturally provide beyond your salary, beyond your expectation. Money will be in your hands, money will be in your bank accounts, money will be everywhere you turn. Money will, of all the problems you have, it will not be money. Your problem will actually which bank to save with, do you understand, or which business to invest in, or who to help. That's the type of things that we are declaring. Manifestation. It came from a place of also vindication. Vindication is people who have fabricated things about you, set up things against you and all those things. Then God vindicates you, will bless you in their presence, in their face. Do you understand? Like things that they've tried to say, oh, this person is like this. Oh, he's not, don't do this. Boom, before they realize you have what they were trying to prevent you from having. Elevation, God is about to promote. Do you understand? Restitutions is in there, where God will take back for you 1,000-fold what the enemy stole from you. So that's basically the vibe of the song.
Let me take you back to 2016 quickly, and then let me ask a question. It's a bit political related.
Okay.
So, you endorsed the former president in the past. Would you think that engaging in politics at that time or the endorsement sort of affected you as an artist?
Nothing has affected me. Okay. Davido, Wizkid, everybody at a certain point in time has had to have a political conversation. Some choose not to, but if I was like those who choose not to, I wouldn't have created a revolution I created in gospel music. It's my ability to confront social strongholds, challenges, and things. Of course, it comes with people who don't understand and they will insult you. But who is looking for praises alone in this life? If people insult, it's okay. But it's my contribution to the country. I supported free SHS policy. I'm a policy person. I am for Ghana. Any policy idea that I feel would be cool for a country, and I can say that, hey, listen, I've been working with NGOs. I work with Merck Foundation. Merck Foundation is a global, they help Africa in so many ways, healthcare, education, and things. Our experience with Merck Foundation showed that a lot of young girls don't go to school. They are either married or impregnated and things. And so from where I sit, I know that a lot of young girls don't go to school. And so if a system has come into Ghana that allows people to go to school, do you understand? I work with NGOs, global entities, you know, and so I understand things from a different place. It's not somebody who is sitting somewhere and say, I support MPP, I support. No, I'm not a supporter of party colors. I'm a supporter of a policy that I have worked, and my work experience tells me that this thing can help young ladies have a better future in life, which otherwise they wouldn't have had. They were maid servants in people's homes, being sent around to the market, cooking. Right now, maid servant business is not, it's not booming again. Do you understand? Because of a policy of somebody. You understand? As a songwriter, I must use the voice that I have to speak for the voiceless or something. And a lot of people have spoken, but if I add my voice to it, do you understand? I don't believe that God has raised me to a place where I'll be silent when I know that there's something to talk about or that can contribute help to the country's development. Yes.
Wonderful. So I've been chatting with my senior brother, Cwesi Oteng, and his new music is out. Favor is out on all platforms. So it's out on all platforms or only YouTube?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yes, sir.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
So just type Favor.
Favor.
Cwesi Oteng.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you have any concert planned coming up?
Yes, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Definitely this year, I'm looking to record and release an album. Right. Yeah, so that's being worked on.
It's been nice talking to you.
Me too, sir.
I've got to run.
Yes, run.
I've got to. Anyways, guys, all right. So it's been fantastic. Since 7 a.m. I sat in for your regular host, JKD and Mimi. My name's Edinam Edmund. Let's do this again. Some other time, possibly. Some other time. But remember, you can log on to www.mx24online.com for all your latest news. Adios.